Hello, hello. How's it going? I hope that whoever's out there, I hope you're having a good day today. I hope you're doing well. Jumping in on the Fronge stream. It's been a hot minute. I haven't streamed in like over a month now. So let's just get to it. It's been a wild month. It's been a lot. I'm a little bit rusty with streaming now. I haven't done it for a month, and even before that, I think I hadn't streamed like super often for like the weeks prior to that, because I think the last time I streamed, it was like an art stream, and I was not talking because I think I was sick. I think I was sick for that stream actually, because I moved in the past month. And that's been a whole experience. It's been a lot. I'm still not like, I'm mostly done with the moving, but there's still like some loose ends to tie up in regards to like my past landlord just reaching out to us in regards to like stuff that she has to fix with the house. It's not really our fault, but she's my previous landlord. I have a lot to say about her. I can talk about it later if y'all want. But I am in a new house now. Me and the two kitties. It's been going well. The two kitties, Draco and Fronge, are actually in the room with me. Fronge's just chilling. She's just chilling on the floor over there, and Draco's on the windowsill. He's just looking out behind the curtains. The new house that I'm at has a lot of windows, and a lot of natural light, and the cats have been loving that so much. Because at the previous house, the windows were kind of, one, hard to reach. They didn't really have any windowsills that they could like sit on, and two, they weren't very big. So yeah, they've been sunbathing in them, they've been looking out them, they've just been hiding behind the curtains. Hey, thank you, Draken. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see how many people show up today. I'll see. Because it has been like a month since I streamed, and I'm streaming right now not at my usual time. So we'll see. But we'll just chill. I am planning on doing a house tour. Thank you for the head pat. And thank you, Izzy. Welcome on in. It's nice to see you. Welcome on in, Izzy. I appreciate you. Thank you for the follow. I'm actually planning on doing a house tour this stream. I got this idea from my friend Opalite, the Fronge channel historian. She was like, hey, do a house tour. And I'm like, well, I can't really. I don't want to like dox myself by like videotaping my house and like all the stuff in it. Plus, like, I don't show my face or anything. But then she was like, hey, like, even if you have to do some artistic liberties, you can like draw it. You can like make it a mansion or something. You don't even have to do it accurately. And I'm like, you know what? That's actually a good idea. I will draw it. You know, if there's anything that I like to do, it's drawing. So we can do that. So I have like a canvas up here. The new swamp. That's also what Opalite called my new place. Like, do a swamp tour. And at first I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Swamp? I don't live in a swamp. And they're like, you know, you're a frog. You live in a swamp. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah. Yeah, true. I am a frog. I do live in a swamp. Actually, let me change the music. I'm actually not, down with the vibe of this music. Okay, let's play some Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness stuff. I do enjoy my Gale of Darkness, because there is a darkness within me. Alright, turn down the volume a little bit. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. And today's stream may be a little bit shorter. I don't know how long It's been a while since I talked for an extended period of time. Half because I haven't been streaming, half because I've been unemployed, so I haven't had to be on meetings or anything. So my throat may not may not last for very long today if I keep talking. So let's get started. Let's get it started, bros. Just kidding. Frongos. So my new swamp. I used to live in a duplex. That was my previous place. I don't know if y'all know what duplexes are. I did not know what a duplex was before I moved into one, like for a year. But a duplex is kind of like, you know, you got a house, and the house has like, it's split in half, and then each half is a duplex. Or I think the whole thing a duplex? I don't know. But anyway, that whole entire thing is called a duplex. And it's kind of weird because it's like one house, and then they just split it in half. So you're sharing a wall with someone. And then like you have a neighbor who's also in a duplex. And they're like across the street from you, and you have like a fence here. So you can like look at them. Go like, hey. Hello. And go like, hello to your neighbor. Even though your neighbor probably doesn't want to look at you at all, so they keep their blinds closed like we did and my neighbor did. Hey, Cabal, welcome on in. It's good to see you. I just woke up, my brain is lagging. You know, I was wondering if you would still be sleeping while I streamed, because I was like, so half of me wanted to stream in the evening, because that's my usual time, you know. People usually expect me to do that. But then I was just like, you know, I'm kind of antsy. I don't have anything to do. Oh, don't have anything I want to do, because I have an interview on Monday, so I've been preparing for that. I prepped for it today, and I was like, you know, I don't feel like doing this anymore. I've done it for like an hour. Let me do something else. But anyway, I'm glad that you woke up and were able to catch stream. How'd you sleep? How have you been doing? This past month, I've been kind of like not as online because of all the craziness that's been happening, because I've been moving. Yeah, it's actually at Draken's company. Draken is a manager at her company, and she heard from her manager that there were some teens in her company looking to hire, and she was like, hey, I know a developer who is competent and has, you know, good work ethic and maybe some applicable skills. Here's their resume, aka me, the Frongo. I've been likewise, panic and anxiety are shit to deal with. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. The past month has been so stressful, and I thought it wound down a little bit last week, because the last day of my lease was last Wednesday. But my landlord still keeps reaching out to me and Draken about shit that she keeps finding, and I'm like, fuck, please, just stop talking to us. We just want to be done with this. Just give us back our security deposit, please. But yeah, I saw that you streamed recently, Cabal. I hope that was a good stream. I couldn't make it. I've been popping into people's streams when I can, but I have not been able to pop into people's streams very much recently. And when I do, I'm like lurking. So yeah, these are just like fucking sound effects. They're not even, it's not even a soundtrack track. But yeah, so I moved from a duplex. This is what my previous house looked like. And we had to move. Well, I think we dodged a bullet there because we had an excuse to move because our landlord was not the most professional. So I'm glad that we're out now, but I'm still dealing with her. It's because of cost reasons, because where we were living was very expensive. It was a great area, but it was too expensive to justify given that like I am out of a job right now. And so we moved into, it's technically a condo, but it's really a townhouse. Or What is it? I moved into this kind of thing. It looks like a cat, the silhouette. Thank you for the follow, Pinky Punchy. Welcome on in. It was okay. My energy was not great, but made it nearly 2 hours. Hey, that's it. For feeling non-energetic, that's still like a solid amount of time to be streaming. So good for you. So where we live now is this kind of thing. So here, this is where our house actually is. And there's like, two houses in the back there. And what's kind of weird about this is there's like two sets of steps that go up. So this is like a set of steps, this is like a set of steps, and we have like bushes here. And here's our garage. It's kind of small. It can barely fit my car, but we actually don't use it to store our car because there's still a bunch of shit in it from when we moved. Hey, how are you doing, Pinky? And what's kind of weird is like this whole thing is 4 houses. So there's like a garage over here, and there's like a window for the living room and stuff. There's like a balcony here, and then there are 2 other windows, and there's 2 other windows, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. That's our house. There's a lot of space in this house, and the rent is nearly half of what we were living in previously. Where our previous place was, it had 1, 2 levels, and then it had an underground basement. And then it was an old ass house. There were so many things that went wrong with it because it was just fucking old. Like the drains kept clogging and stuff, and we had like issues with, there were just cracks in all of the walls and doors and stuff where if it was cold outside, you felt noticeably chillier near the doors, like very noticeably chillier, because the doors were just not well sealed. Like there was like a huge gap in the bottom of the door. I'm doing good. Slept real bad, but I'm trying to recoup energy before my stream in a few hours. Hey, I hope that if you decide to stay in the stream, that it's comfy for you and helps you recoup. Feel free to do whatever you need to do to stay comfy and stuff. And I wish you luck with trying to recoup some energy, because I know that can be hard. Streaming takes a lot of energy. Any garage can fit my car that I don't have and cannot drive. I drive a hard bargain. Yeah, as long as it can fit me in it, it can fit my car, my hard bargain. Yeah, old and not well maintained. Old houses are a pain, and I learned that firsthand. Your building was built in the 1920s? Holy shit, that's old. Our building was built, like, I know it was built before the 80s? Because they had to give us a lead paint notice, which is required for buildings built before the 80s. They're like, oh, there might be, lead paint in the walls. And we made sure that it wasn't actually like an actual concern for us, a realistic concern. If there was lead paint, it's buried under layers and layers and layers of repainting. But damn, your back doorknob fell off? What happens if your doorknob falls off? You just can't open the door? One of the cats makes silly noises when she goes up and down the stairs. So more stairs means more silly noises. Yeah, Faroon. She makes lots of silly noises. So there are 2 and a half flights of stairs in this house. Half of it goes down into the basement, or the garage. The garage is its own level. It's not really a level. So technically there's only 3. Because the stairs just go down into the garage. Yeah, 3 flights. And so the babies really like running up and down the stairs because they have so much stair space to chase each other. So it's really nice. They're enjoying the space. They're liking it. We had to move back into an area that I don't really like in terms of the place that we were in was more of a city suburban like, wherein you could walk 5 minutes and you could walk 10 minutes to a grocery store, and it was a good, interesting walk. It wasn't just like walking along a highway or anything. But the trade-off for space and price is definitely worth it for this new place. I lived in an 1800s era house once. It could have been majestic if it was anything less than a disaster. Yeah, it's like if you don't maintain a house like that, it's just horrible. It's horrible. You have to really put work into maintaining these things, which our landlord didn't really do because she didn't want to spend the money on it, because maintaining that shit is expensive. And the heating options are on and on with windows open because the heat is too hot. So you can't like set the temperature of the heat. So our place was at least better with that in that we had radiators, right? And so we could turn it on, and then we could set the temperature for the main floor. And then it would just, you know, turn on the radiators and it would radiate the heat to that level. I just didn't use my back door for like months before I replaced it. Mood. Yeah, that's a big mood. Good. May the new home be safe and comfy for the Fronge family. Yeah, it's been... So there are issues with this new place in that... So it's managed by a company. We don't communicate directly with the landlord. Which causes some issues just in terms of it takes a while to get some things done. Because of the constant, you know, we reach out to the rental management company, they reach out to the landlord, then they have to get approval, and then the landlord reaches out back to us. There's just like a time delay, but they're a lot more professional. They are a lot more professional, and courteous. That sounds like code for poorly managed. Not necessarily. It's better managed than my previous place, let me just say that. I guess the place that I lived in like 2 years ago was managed by a single person, and we just would text that person, and they were actually more professional. There's gonna be issues with like every single place that you rent from, but so the current place, the one issue that we ran into that's been super fucking annoying is we don't have a trash bin. Well, we do now, but that was only because I brought up the issue with my neighbor. Like, I talked to my neighbor, and I was like, yeah, it's taking forever for us to get a trash bin. It's been 3 weeks. And then my neighbor was like, oh, we have an old trash bin in the garage. Here, take it. You know, I'm not using it anyway. So we've been able to dump our trash that way. But that was only after 2 weeks of waiting. So before that, we had to like dump our 6 bags of trash at a local dump. And in our area, you have to pay money to dump your trash because almost every single house, it gets picked up by private companies. So if you want to dump at a government, you know, local place, you have to pay money for it because I assume they don't want people to just dump whatever they want without, you know, sorting it and stuff. They want to discourage local dumping. So I had to pay $17 to dump 6 bags of trash. And I was just like, I really hope we get our trash bin soon. I don't want a trash bag full of cat poop and pee just sitting in my garage, because that is going to attract some not so great things. We finally got word back from the rental company saying that our landlord will reach out to the HOA to request a new trash bin. It only took nearly 4 weeks. And this wasn't like 4 weeks of like we reached out to them and then they just didn't reply for 3 weeks. It's been 4 weeks of back and forth between us, the HOA, because the HOA is the one that handles the trash bins with the trash company, and us and the rental company. And the landlord. It's been a lot, because at first we reached out to the rental company. Yeah, HOA skull emoji. Yeah, at our previous place, we didn't have to deal with an HOA, and that was great, but now we're back to living in a neighborhood with an HOA. Yeah, I probably mentioned it because it's been going on for so long. So initially, we came to this property, and it was very windy on the day that we moved in. So when we came here, so here's our little house. Yeah. It looks like a fucking... Ah! That was us. Anyway, we came to our property. Here's our car. And it was trash day. So there were all of these trash bins all over the place because it was very windy. And so we were like, oh no, which one's our trash bin? Where's the trash bin? Because we like went through the house, we did the inspection, we were like, where's the trash bin? Then we looked down, we were like, we don't know which one is ours because it's literally all over the place. There were like some in the parking lot with the other cars and stuff. I can draw better than this, I know, but like and so we were like, we don't want to take our neighbor's trash bin, right? So we were like, hey, let's wait a while and see if people take their trash bins and to see if there are any left. And there weren't any. So I think someone snatched our trash bin. Anyway, we reached out to the rental company after a few days. We were like, hey, we don't know where the trash bin is. We came here, there was no trash bin. And then they were like, the HOA, go to the HOA. They handle the trash bins. And so we were like, hey, HOA, we went to the property, there were no trash bins. And the HOA took 4 fucking days to reply to our email. And because we tried calling them and then they redirected us to somewhere, and then there was no one there at the redirect. It just hung up on us. So we were like, okay, let's email them. And they were like, okay, we reached out to the landlord, and the landlord said that they would update us on, said that they would reach out to the previous tenants and said that they would update us. That was a week and a half ago. This was actually like a week and a half later, not actually 4 days later. And so we were like, okay, let's reach out to the rental company again so that they can tell the landlord to reply to the HOA. And this back and forth. And when we reached out to the rental company again, we were like, hey, the HOA reached out to the landlord. Can the landlord reply to the HOA? Or like, has the landlord heard back from the previous tenants? The rental management company, 4 days later, this is the one that took 4 days later, was like, yeah, the tenants said that there was a green trash can on the property when they left. They left it outside. And I was like, fuck, it definitely blew away then. And I said, well, it's not here. We don't see it. And they were like, did you check again on the property to see if there was a trash can there? That's literally what they said to us. They were like, can you check the property again? And we were like, bro, it's been 2.5 weeks. If it was still here, it would have been really well hidden, but no. And we were like, no, it's not still here. Can you like have the landlord reach out to the HOA and request a new trash bin? Because I feel like if us as tenants tried to reach back to the HOA, they would just try to contact the landlord again. Because the landlord is the one that's a member of the HOA, not us. They have the authority in this situation. Anyway, the last bit of news that we got was that the landlord requested for new bins from the HOA. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that was a long story. In short, HOAs and rental bureaucracy is a pain in the ass. And thankfully, our neighbors were nice enough to give us a trash bin. so we don't have to have a bunch of trash piling up in our house. So, yay. Otherwise, I would be like a little stinky Fronge. I'll be a little stinky trash Fronge. Yeah, how about this? Either you come out and find it, or our trash is staying in your house until you give me the cheap plastic shell to house and dispose of it. Yeah, it's just a fucking trash can! But yeah, so thankfully, like, the trash company doesn't have any specific rules on using their, you know, marked trash cans. You can use your own personal cans. So the trash can that we've been using has been working for the past week or so. But hopefully we can get our own. They're like $80 at Home Depot. Yeah, I didn't want to spend my own money though. Like, this is literally the landlord's responsibility to make sure that we have the stuff. So we wanted to make sure that, you know, if anyone was going to pay for it, it would be the landlord. Or the HOA. Speaking of paying for stuff, my previous landlord is being, yeah, $80. Way too expensive, yeah, for a fucking plastic shell. My landlord is trying to get us to pay for various fixes at our previous place that we didn't cause. Just because the big thing is that the toilet stopped working, because I didn't even know that this was a thing that toilets had. But underneath the toilet, like the base of the toilet, there's apparently a wax ring that seals the... What is it? That seals kind of like the connection to the sewer line from leaking sewage, like leaking sewage gas into the air. So it's like, it makes sure that, you know, the connection from the inside of the toilet to the sewage line doesn't break. So you don't have water leaking on the floor and like sewage gas in the air. Apparently that the wax seal like disintegrated. It didn't disintegrate, but like it started breaking down. But we didn't notice it in between when we last were at the property, which was like 2 days before she did her final walkthrough. We couldn't be there at the final walkthrough because that's a whole other can of worms that I can probably vent to someone if you want to hear that, Cabal in DMs. We couldn't make it to the walkthrough because she wouldn't give us a concrete time to do the walkthrough until the day of, like 4 hours before. And Draken couldn't take off work with that kind of notice. Anyway, she apparently noticed like a bad smell in the bathroom and the toilet wasn't filling up, despite it filling up like 2 days prior when I checked. And she's trying to get us to pay for that. So we'll see. Hopefully it isn't too expensive, because at the moment, we said that we would pay depending on how much she wants to charge us. We can accept the pay. We can accept her taking it out of the security deposit with protest, but it really depends on how much she wants to charge us for it. That's what we said to her, like, formally. Honestly, they're likely trying to con you out of the deposit. That's what I'm thinking too, but we really just want our deposit as soon as possible because the money would really help. Draken had to pay a few $1,000s for car repairs recently. And the deposit, she just really wants the deposit soon. Currently, she's already taking a few hundred off of our deposit for various fixes, which is fair. Like, we did cause all the things that she pointed out initially, but this toilet thing is like an add-on that she texted us about like 5 days later. You not being there means you cannot verify the problems they're citing. Yeah, that's why we wanted to be at the walkout, but she literally did not give us a final time until the morning of. Which we could, like, if we wanted to, we could bring her to court for it. Because she's legally supposed to, like, work out a time with us with a reasonable enough, you know, heads up. Yeah, which is why we're gonna see how much she charges us for it. If she tries to charge us more than like $50, $100 or something, we will try to contest it. Anyway, security, deposit, and rental stuff is stressful. And I don't know if y'all ever thought about owning a house. You know, it would be really great if owning a house was more affordable nowadays. Because then you could just own the place and then it's all yours and you can do what you want with it. But unfortunately, houses are fucking expensive. Yeah, if you don't own a house now, you never will. Sorry. Yeah, like, who has this kind of money? Yeah, unless someone dies and hands it to you, like if you're lucky enough for that to happen, and they paid off the mortgage or something. Because my mom and my older sister are always like, oh, you should try and like buy a place, buy a house, and I'm like, Mom, I am like comparatively very well off compared to some of my friends, because I worked a coding job for 3 years. But that is still so much money. And I am obviously not thinking about it now because I don't have a job and I'm looking for a job. I don't know how much y'all have heard about the coding or software development job market right now, but it's crashed. I think it started crashing like the middle of COVID. But it really crashed like in the last year or two. So it's really hard to get a job in coding. You gotta find the 45th room. Yep, never gonna be able to live in a house again. Renting for life. Everyone overhired at the start of COVID for any kind of tech job. Yeah, and the whole thing of like, people are like, oh, just get a coding job. Just learn how to code. You'll get a high-paying job in no time. It'll be so easy. I think that kind of advice kind of encouraged a lot of people to go into coding, and it kind of oversaturated the market. Like, it became a bubble, and it popped. So, like, thankfully, I am not a recent grad. I graduated college like 5 years ago. I heard that it's really bad for people who just graduated. So I do have, you know, work experience. I can apply to the jobs who ask for... I can apply to the entry-level, quote-unquote, entry-level jobs that ask for 5 years of experience, because I have worked in software development for 5 years. But it's still very hard, unless you find the perfect job that it just lines up with your specialties. Job descriptions are getting way too specific nowadays for like an entry-level job. It is always what happens, and I feel lucky because I kind of missed the bubble. Like, I could have just been graduating like last winter and then entering the job market, and I would have had no chance at all. Now I have like a 5% chance. Now I have a little bit of a chance, but not really. I really feel bad for the people who are just graduating. They're always like, hey, we need this position, you'll get good money. That they run for a generation until that job market crashes like a drunk driver. Yeah, wasn't that like a... What other job... what other job positions did that happen to? Did that happen to accountants? I know that a lot of people are like... Oh, or they say that you'll get good money, but you'll go into like a shit ton of student debt. Like, what is it? The medical professions and the legal professions. Because, like, they say, like, oh, you'll make a ton of money as a lawyer, or you'll make a ton of money as a doctor, but you'll still be paying off student debt for, like, decades. Is that really, like, what you want to do? Because I feel like the good money that you're making is just getting funneled back into into loans. I really do wish that I could just, like, survive. If only the minimum wage was higher, you know? Then I could just go work at a Dave & Buster's or something. Something like I could go work part-time, 2 jobs, and then focus on my art. I have been able to focus more on my art lately, but that's kind of, like, overshadowed by the cloud of anxiety and doom of not having a being unemployed, and feeling that clock kind of like ticking away of like, oh, another day, another week, another month without a job. I'm slowly cutting into my savings. Anyway, that's a bit dark. That's a bit dark. Thankfully, I have a good support network and stuff. I could be in a much worse space. Anyway. Let's do more of a tour of my current place. So, I told you guys that there are 4 levels, right? So the first level, level 1, is the garage. How do I want to draw this? Do I want to draw this like isometric? So this is the garage. The babies really love the garage because for some reason Faroon really likes rolling around on concrete floors. There's a little baby. The game always felt rigged. They drip feed success enough that everyone that can try to shift, but if you're needing to shift, it's almost already too late because of how abysmal this economy is run. Yeah, it's like, I spent 9 years of my life studying and working as a software developer, so it's like, what can I do now? Other than like part-time work. So, basement, here's the door into the house. We have a little hose here, but it's kind of leaky. We don't really use it. It's like a faucet. It's leaky when you turn it on. And then we have like these shelves or something on the wall on this edge, which is kind of interesting. We can like put things on it. And then we have our router. Our router is just in the basement right now. So that's about it for our garage. Our garage doesn't really have that much. And then there's like stairs up.
I don't know how to draw stairs. Then level 2. Ready level 2. Or ready player 2. I'd work with you on game dev, but my endeavors aren't going to bring in money for a long time. Yeah, I think the important thing is... So for me, I've been working on my art and stuff, but the important thing for me is not to immediately make money from it. I've also been looking into web development freelancing. So if y'all need like a website or like anything web-based, or know a friend that would love to have a website, whether it be for their business or for their art portfolio or something like that. I'm actually working with Koro on a website right now for a project that they're working on. But feel free to hit me up. I don't really have a set rate for how much I charge for it. Like literally, I'm just helping Koro, and Koro's like, I still want to pay you. How much can I pay you? And I'm like, just give me $50 at the end of it. Cause I'm just like, I'm not really looking to make a lot of money from it at the moment. I'm mostly just trying to build up experience. That's not bad. Yeah, I mean, like for what a lot of people charge for it, that's kind of dirt cheap. Especially with how many hours I've spent on it so far, just like on and off over the past month or two. But it's like, you know, I'm doing it for a friend. And it's like to get experience and stuff. Because at the end of the day, I can be like, hey, look, I did this for a friend. I coded it. You want something like this? Yeah, because I didn't want to like charge them a lot. Well, one, I'm just starting out. 2, they're a friend. And 3, like I literally just threw that number out because they were like, I still want to pay you, and I'm like, yeah, sure, just pay me this. So yeah, I look forward to showing you guys the website. It's a very unique site. It's very Koro. And with how it's designed, it does not work well on mobile. So if you guys want to visit the site, do not go to it on your mobile phone. It will not display correctly. I'll probably share it with you guys once I'm done with it. Yeah, you can reevaluate job to job. Yeah! Fuck, yeah. It's like a very niche kind of site. And the very unique aspects of it just make it really ill-suited to being on a mobile device. You guys will see. You'll see once you actually see what the website is like. I don't want to reveal too much about it. But yeah, I can reevaluate job to job. And also, you know, just like the unique situation of whatever the request is. Anyway, I am open to work on any type of website. Literally, just throw anything at me. I can code. I'm a little frog that goes tip-tap. Koro is a good. It's been nice, like, working with this on them, too, because that means I get an excuse to just, like, reach out to them every so often. Like, we've had, like, an ongoing conversation about it over the past, like, 2 months. And, like, every so often, we just kind of, like, have a conversation about something else in between, you know, the website conversations. So it's been nice. So the next 4 is, actually, maybe I should just do a top down. So the next 4 consists of, so this is to the basement. This is a top-down representation. And there's like fridge, a little counter, pantry, so there's the stove and oven, This is the sink. And this is like all counter space. There's like a shit ton of counter space. So this is like the kitchen. I plan to work with you both once my skills are able to rise. Yeah! I'm looking forward to it. So like, yeah, the kitchen is like great because it looks like... So the interesting part about our current place is it doesn't have a built-in microwave. So we had to get our own microwave. We just had to buy one. So it kind of sits on the counter here. There's like a machine, washing machine here, or dishwasher cupboard. It has a lot of cupboard space too. Wait, I want to draw the little kitty. I've gotten a lot better at like drawing cats ever since I got cats. I'm still not good at drawing animals, but I can at least draw cats a little bit. And we have like an electric stove top. So it has like these things on it and it's like electric, which is pretty cool. And then some more cupboards over here. So yeah, if you like... And then it has like a higher countertop. So this is what our kitchen looks like. It's very big, and then we have like doors here that have like blinds, and they go out to the deck. Quote unquote deck. It's more like a balcony. That's like deep in the motivationals. The thought of working and making things with my friends sounds so awesome. Yeah, I want to get to a point where I can do that too. But alas, life keeps happening. Until you got live-in reference models, you mean? Yes, the little babies model a lot for me. Let me see, where are they right now? Oh my god. They're sleeping together. Oh, they're cuddled up together on a little, on this like cat pillow that I got for them. They're so cute. Oh, babies. So yeah, that's like the kitchen area. And then over here is our dining table. It's like it fits like 4 people. And we have like a little rug here too. And then over here we have cat tree. Because it's right in front of the window. And this is the balcony door. It looks nice, TBH. Oh, the drawing that I have here? I'm trying. I try. And we have like a little cozy chair here. We have a tiny table. And then we have a larger couch. And there's like a wall. Oh. There's like a wall here. This is the bathroom. And then this is the TV. And then we have like the entrance. So let me just put this here. There's like a stairs up, and then we have a little alcove that has like a little stair down. And this is the door out. The interesting about the doorway is if you go outside, there are 3 other doorways to the 3 other houses that are connected to our house. So, 3 neighbors. Your art looks good, goddammit. Thank you! I appreciate it. I do not draw non-human things a lot, so I am flying by the seat of my Fronge pants right now. So, upstairs. And the living room looks kind of like, so if you got it like a couch here. And we got like, actually we have like a little ottoman too. It has like a lid so you can store stuff in it. And you can like sit here like that. And then we have like the little table. What the fuck is this music? Why does it sound like... Oh, this is a Pokespot music. And then you got the TV. We got a good TV. Draken is very particular about her TVs. And it's on like an entertainment center. And we have a little speaker here. And then we have this like cozy chair over here that like guests can sit on. We don't usually sit on it. But it's kind of in the corner. We gotta like move it up eventually. And then we have, I don't know how the fuck to draw the cat tree, but we have like a cat tree. I'm just gonna draw it like this. And we have curtains. Oh, the little kitty is like is like sleeping. Yeah, so we got that. And then we also have like a little water fountain for the babies because they cats apparently drink water more when it's coming out of a water fountain than when it's just like still water. Oh, let's draw like a little Miku here. Speaking of which, did you guys know that a Miku movie came out? Their instinct is strongest to running water, I'd reckon. Still water usually means sickness in nature. That is true. And probably because, like, it catches their attention, too, because they're probably more, like, attracted to things that move. Hey, Start Dash, welcome on in! What is that, a cat picture? Oh no, that's so cursed. Why does the cat have a thumb? Why does the cat have a hand? Hey, welcome on in, Start Dash. I did not know that. It's not a Miku movie, but it is a very Miku-centric movie. Because it's based off of the rhythm game that I play. Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage, the rhythm game. So Miku and the other Vocaloids just happen to be in it, but it's like not a Miku only story. Who is the creator of Miku? Krypton, the company. Krypton Future Media. Oh, that would be so funny if it was actually spelled like that, but no, it's spelled like this. Krypton Future Media. That's the company that created her, but the one who voices her, like the voice that they use to create her voice, is Saki Fujita. Krypton, the fourth noble gas. I remember learning about the noble gases. Those are the times. So, this is like the main floor. This isn't everything. Like, over here is like the dining room. But yeah, there's a movie for that rhythm game that people just call the Miku movie. It's called Colorful Stage, the movie. A Miku who can't sing. And I rated the movie a 6 out of 10. It's not a very good movie, but it's still a special movie to me because it's the very first Miku movie. Draken rated it like a 4 or 5 out of 10. Probably a 4 because it's really not good. It's not a good movie, guys, okay? The noble gas is too snooty to fuck with old carbon atoms, eh? You think you're better than carbon? But yeah, you can probably see audience rating. There are a lot of 5-star ratings. I think they literally just rated it a 5-star because it's Miku. It's a cool Miku. I would cosplay if not for the very ugly yellow thing on her chest. Wait, which Miku? The Miku who can't sing? Does she have a yellow thing on her chest? The usual Miku? I don't think she has any yellow. She doesn't have any yellow in her design. Oh, you mean the little name tag for her? Like her name tag thing or whatever? I don't even know what the fuck that is. Sure. He's like, yeah, sure, it's a name tag. I really don't know what that is. It's different in her newest design. Also, did y'all hear they're finally making like a Vocaloid version of Miku again? I've complained about this a lot, but this is in terms of her voice, like her actual singing voice bank. For the past like half decade now, I think. Damn, I can't believe it's been that long. Krypton didn't want to pay licensing fees to have Miku's voice on the Vocaloid program anymore because I think it's like a fuck up from the owners of Vocaloid, Yamaha. They decided to start like charging a lot to make and sell voice banks through their platform because I think they got like really arrogant because they were the only big like vocal synthesizer program in the industry at the time. And because of that, a lot of people decided to jump ship and start developing their voice banks on other platforms like Sevio and SynthV. And right now, not a lot of people use Vocaloid anymore. They really gone downhill. And I guess, you know, good riddance, because apparently they weren't really making really good improvements in their software for a while. Krypton can't pay license and form compounds. Okay, I stop. You can't walk and chew gum at the same time, Krypton. But so there are like various things that there are various companies that develop the voices for these vocal synth programs, like, you know, Gumi, Iya, Miku, and stuff like that. But I think the ones that made the worst decision was Krypton, because Krypton decided to try and make their own singing synthesizer program instead of, like, you know, developing on a platform where people actually knew what the fuck they were doing, like SynthV and Sevio. They tried to make a vocal synth engine from scratch, and their program is shit. It was not very good. And I think after like half a decade of they didn't make very much progress developing their own program. Like they kept saying, we're gonna make improvements, but they never actually made very much improvement. They did make some improvement, but it was never very substantial. And people pushing back and being like, please just put Miku back on Vocaloid again. They finally were like, okay, we're gonna make a new Miku voice bank on the new Vocaloid version. And everyone was like, thank fucking goodness. They're gonna make a new version with their own program too, but they're finally releasing her from her jail. She can finally be a Vocaloid again. Although, to be fair, I don't find very appealing. What do you not find very appealing? I don't even know if what I'm saying makes sense, guys. I'm sorry, I'm just geeking out about vocal synth programs. Because there's like Utau, there's SynthV, there's Sevio AI, and they each have their pros and cons. Like SynthV is really good at producing voices that sound very realistic. And Sevio AI cannot produce very realistic voices, but they produce voices that sound robotic in a very charming way. I hope y'all get me, but it's kind of like, you know, you hear a new Tao and it sounds super robotic, but that's kind of the charming part of it, right? It's a very bright, a very unique sounding like vocal that you can't really like get from just like a very natural sounding voice. So those are kind of like the two niches that they fill. Sevio AI is for like very robotic but very like bright sounding voices, and SynthV is for like very smooth and like expressive, natural sounding voices. I was following you just fine. Thank you. I'm glad. Oh, Miku is cool, but still, yeah. So Miku is just like Miku holds a very dear, very special part of my heart, because I've been following Vocaloid. Miku was my first exposure to Vocaloid, and I've been, ever since I was exposed to like vocal synthesizer programs and like the songs made by them or made with them, that's just kind of been like most of the music that I listen to for like the past decade and a half. So she kind of represents that whole journey for me, even though she isn't what makes it good. Like, I can listen to a song made with like another voice and love it. Neon 10th element. I like Inhuman voices anyway, so it just makes it double good. Yeah. I think that's what... I don't know if y'all have heard of Adachi Rei, the Utau, but her voice is like super robotic. But she caught the attention of a lot of people, and I think it's because like for the longest time, people kept trying to make really natural sounding voices in Utau. But she kind of like goes against the grain and is just like, hey, what if we just made a voice that sounds like super robotic? And that's the point. Yeah, I think Miku was a lot of people's first introduction to Vocaloid. Not everyone's, but it's probably a lot of people's first introduction. Some that saw Luca first? Oh, really? That's cool. Yeah, what if we turn this weakness into a strength? Because, like, okay, so let me like compare this. So there are some voices that have had versions of their voice bank in Sevio AI and in Synthvi. So let me see if we can see like a comparison of this, because I think that'll make it even more apparent, like the differences between the two. Let's see, Rose. I don't know. Oh, my iPad turned off. Oh, here it is. Okay, let me do the window capture. Here, this one. I hate how you can't really zoom in on a YouTube short. Okay, so the first part is going to be the Sevio AI version of these voice banks, and then the bottom is going to be the Synthvi versions. I don't know if the difference there is actually very apparent. Let me see. Light versus full. Free vocal synth comparison? Wait. How long ago was this? Lag train. Let's go. Yo. Yeah, so this is a voice that they didn't edit at all. It's just with like the default edits that the program does. This is deep. I haven't even heard of this this program. Yeah, Lactrain is really good. I love Ina Bakumori. I think this is a Chinese program. Saki AI Light. Yeah, this is synth B. So the voice sounds like pretty smooth. It's very airy. What the fuck is this program? I'm learning something right now. The closer the human it sounds, the less I care for it. Are you not a fan of the new Teto voice bank? She's on synth B and she sounds very realistic. Well, I guess she's not new anymore. She's like 2 years old. Utao Defoko, let's go. Yo, you probably heard it. I would play a lot of her songs on stream when she first came out. Apparently, like a new version of Utao came out. Because they stopped developing it for the longest time, and I think someone else decided to develop it. You have a great Utao Lactrain MP3 of Teto, right? I think I know what video that's from. There are a lot of voice banks from Utao. Oh, this is CVVC. Yeah, there are a lot of different kinds of voice banks for Utao. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I think, where is it? Adachi. Yeah, Adachi Ray got a new update. Yeah, this song. I'm probably gonna get fucking copyrighted for this. This is Adachi Ray, the one that I was talking about before. That sounds very robotic. And a very specific, like, aesthetic to her voice. Yeah, sure, yeah. So you can just DM it to me. That's the beauty of DMing. It's an asynchronous communication. But yeah, that's Adachi Ray. I don't want to get copyright strike too much for this. But yeah, have you not heard Synth V, Teto? Let me Synth V Teto. There's one song that I want to show. Synth V Teto. No, not this song. Oops. It's in Project Set Guy, but I can't. I'll enjoy our conversation about it later. Yeah, I may not get to it until later tonight because I'm planning on making dinner like right after the stream. What was it? One sec. Can I search my history? Not this one. Oh, they're also. Tedo's also getting a Speak Lloyd. I'll show this after I show the other stuff, but here, you've probably seen this song before with her original voice bank. Draken just entered the room. Yeah, I know, they're sleeping together. They're napping. I took a picture, but you can take one too. Oh yeah, everyone and their mother covered this song. But yeah, so this is her new voice bank. She sounds like this. Someone made her sing Baka Mitai. That was my intro to Utao. Was that VTuber meme? This one? Yeah, this one was a big meme. The one before it, I don't think this was a VTuber meme. This was like a huge meme even before VTubering was a thing. I think it was remember when like people who would cover Vocaloid and Utao songs were like a huge thing? Like they made a huge name. They would make a huge name for themselves. They called them Utaite. It was a meme again in 2020. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, this song too. People have made a lot of good songs with her new voice bank. She's definitely made a name for herself. Cover the song I cannot read the name of. Fukireta? I think the English translation of it is like mischievous something. Mischievous signal? But yeah, I really like this version of Tedo too, and it's not like people can't use the previous versions of her. I just see this version of her being like another tool in the toolkit. If you want a more realistic version of Teto to use, you can use this one. If you want to use a really robotic version, you can use her original Utao voice bank. If you want something in the middle, you can use her one of her later Utao voice banks. Mostly been Utao or the little kid voice bank. Oh, Kaiyuki, yeah. Kaiyuki. I cannot remember anything. OG voice bank for Windy Day, Recorder Song, and Lab Train. Yeah, Kaiyuki. Her voice is definitely very unique. At least you weren't around in the Vocaloid community back when she first came out, because, so you know, like the little kid voice bank, she was marketed as a little kid, but her voice bank also came out with the teacher voice bank, like at the same time. They were marketed together as like elementary schooler and her voice, and also the teacher guy and his voice, and obviously, because this is Japan, they shipped them together. It was a dark time. It was a dark time. A lot of problematic ships in the Vocaloid community. Yeah, it's not even like the whole... I know that people would ship like Rin and Len together, and people would have an issue with that because people were like, what, they're siblings? But they're not really... They're not officially siblings. That's one way that you can interpret them. They're officially marketed as mirror images of each other, who are kind of like, they just look like each other, blah, 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 two sides of the same coin because they're voiced by the same person. So that's more of a gray area. And they don't really have official personalities anyway. They just have like an avatar mascot thing just to help with marketing. Yeah, the mirror image. That's why they're called kagamine. Mirroring sounds. Kagami, mirror, ne, sound. So like that's kind of like their big thing, because they're voiced by the same person, but they're two versions of how they're voice acted. Yeah, it is a cool idea. But like some people interpreted them to be, would make songs with them where they're siblings. Some people would make songs with them where they're lovers. And then people who thought that this was like an anime where the characters had set characters, they would be like, what? But I listened to this song over here where they're siblings, and now this other song, they're dating each other. That's wrong because they're siblings. And it's like, no, they were never siblings. You can interpret it that way because people just do whatever they want in whatever songs they want. The issue with having a fandom behind voice banks that don't actually have character traits. Yeah, they're the sound within the characters projected by the imaginings of others. So other people made songs where they're like, oh, mirror images, but like they kind of look like each other. What if they were twins? Like in Servant of Evil and Daughter of Evil. But also it could just be like, oh, they kind of look like each other. What if they were like friends? Or what if they were like lovers or something? But the whole thing of like people shipping Kaiyuki and I forget his name, the teacher voice bank. I mean, they are literally... Kaiyuki is supposed to be a little girl, elementary schooler, and the teacher is supposed to be an adult teacher. There's not really much to to dispute there. Although people can use Kaiyuki and like detach her voice from the character that she was initially marketed as, there is a gray area there, because you know you can use a Kaiyuki voice bank and then the picture that you use in your video can be of a completely different character. People do that all the time. Like you don't have to have, like you see here, this video has Teto, and they draw Teto because, you know, Teto's the one that sings the song. But it can also just be like someone's OC and Teto sings the song, but Teto the character has nothing to do with what's being shown on the screen. So there can be detachments from in that way too. Trying to nail down brass tacks in the ocean is typically foolish. Yeah. If people saw what I imagine Kaiyuki to look like, they'd ask me what drugs I'm abusing. Wait, do you not know what she looks like officially? She looks like this. She literally looks like this. She is a 8-year-old girl. But then people like, oh, don't even get me started on this. No, please. No, why do they keep... But then, you know, Lag Train, there's this girl, but this girl isn't Kayuki. This isn't... This guy just uses this character in most of his videos, but it's like his original character. He uses it whether or not Kayuki is actually singing, although Kayuki sings most of his songs. He uses it even when someone else sings the song. This one? So this is Tsurumaki Maki, the vocal, and then this character is still here. So it's this character, I believe, has nothing to do with whatever voice he's using. Although at first he did have a character that looked like Kayuki, because that was the only Vocaloid he used before. I imagined Kayuki to look like a slender, inhuman creature. What? With 4 arms that's like an organic wind-up type automaton with a bit of eldritch and ethereal undertone. Okay, yeah, I see what you're talking about now. Wait, okay, which is the guy here? Teacher Vocaloid. Where? Oh, he's kind of like fallen out of favor. People don't use him anymore. Where? But also, like, YouTube search kind of sucks. Used to be so easy to find this stuff. Hiyama Kyoteru. Yeah, they haven't made a new voice bank of him in a while. Although they can't make new voice banks of Kayuki either, just because her original voice actor is no longer an elementary schooler. 12 years ago. Oh no, he's singing Bad Apple. Why is the microphone so big? Why is the microphone so big here? When I hear something, I construct a visage around it and my imagination runs wild. Good on you. V2 Vocaloid, oh my god. This is a blast from the past. Why'd he stuff the mic in a 90s beer can, Cozy? I don't know, man. His voice is nice, though. We need more male voice banks. There is a severe lack of male voice banks. Yeah, not a whole lot of big songs using this guy. Why does the art in this look like fucking yaoi art? Me, a yaoi enjoyer. Is this an original song? Oh, this is a repost. Why does he look sexy? Because it is yaoi art? Yeah. Oh, this sounds so old. This sounds like the shit I listened to 10 years ago. 13 years ago, I mean. God, it's getting... That number's getting larger and larger. I'll like this again later. What is this? Fragments of the Night? This one looks cool. He looks pretty cute in this one. 13 years ago, I was listening to the same eclectic maelstrom of sound. 13 years ago, I was 15 years old. Or 14? Wait, male Vocaloids versus voice providers? Oh no, it's got Gachapoid in there. I hate how the thumbnail with like male Vocaloids versus voice providers, it's literally like 7 people. You know, there are like so many more female Vocaloids. Okay, now we're just like doing Vocaloid listening.
You are so beautiful to me.
So this is Kaido's voice actor?
You are so beautiful.
That does sound like him. Okay, but I think it's because there aren't a lot of options in Vocaloid, but like I am not normal about Kaido. What? She was the voice actor of the twins in Idolmaster? Oh, this fucking song. Gotta love how fabulous he is. Damn that eyeshadow. What the fuck? Why is he so beautiful? And this fucking Gakupo. Wait, what was... I don't think Gakupo's gotten an update in a while. He looked Bowie-esque, and then his Vocaloid is this fucking shit. You know, this guy sounds really nice. I like this song, actually. Bokaro Sensei! I remember when Pico first came out. Yeah, he's known for his androgynous voice. There was a lot of not normal art of this guy. Oh yeah, there's fucking Ohio Lloyd too. Oh wait, they're actually showing more than 6. Like Poor Hulkoff as the voice? Who's Poor Hulkoff? God, this is a fucking blast from the past. I remember when this guy came out.
Father said that this world isn't for me. I tried to pray for a new reality. So come to me, we can change night into day. A tide of
I think this guy is like, he made a name for himself through like online covers.
said that this world isn't for me. I tried to pray for a new reality. So come to me, we can change night into day. A tide
Damn, that. Aside from like the weird English pronunciation that just comes with Vocaloid as a program, it sounds a lot like him. What? Who is this guy? He sounds really good. You have a song for you DM'd? Oh, thank you. I love this guy's design so much. Probably not surprising. I'm into that edgy shit. That's a very clean voice. Well, yeah, because this was like Vocaloid 4. So there's like a big upgrade from Vocaloid 3 to 4. But then after Vocaloid 4, they didn't really... The quality wasn't as good of an upgrade. Oh, the one by the red-haired Vocaloid? Or red-haired guy? I also want to look that up, too. This guy? I have no idea how to look that song up because I do not know Chinese. Oh, Porter Robinson voiced the Vocaloid. Yeah, I remember that. Why is this song so quiet? I can't turn up the volume anymore. Oh, actually, I can. I can turn it up. His Vocaloid sounds so, I really like the art though, holy shit. Chinese is difficult to find as an ignoramus? Ignoramus? Wait, me? Or you? Or both of us? Wait, what? Wait, how? Who are these people? Okay, I remember this guy, Big Al. Do y'all remember Big Al from Vocaloid 2? He was a fucking Frankenstein Vocaloid. Oh, polite way to describe yourself as a dummy. I'm a dummy too. I can't find it in Chinese. Gotcha. Ryuto. Y'all remember this Vocaloid? This is a fucking mascot guy Vocaloid. Arsloid? Arsloid? What a fucking name. Okay, that was a very educational video. Anyway, I forgot that I wanted to show you guys this. Hey, let's participate in some more Teto love. She's getting a Talkloid from VoiceSpeak. She sounds so good.
ボイスピーク重ねてとは芯の通ったはっきりとした発声が特徴の入力文字読み上げソフトです。
You guys probably don't understand what she's saying, but she just sounds so good.
はい、これがボイスピーク重ねてとのハイの声です。元気いっぱいハイテンション。
They're just showing off like the different tones of
これが
that
ボイ
she
スピ
can
ー
have.
ク重ねてとのローの声です。はあ、君には呆れちゃうな。ウィスパー、これがボイスピーク重ねてとのウィスパーの声です。内緒話してるみたいで楽しいね。パワー、これがボイスピーク重ねてとのパワーの声です。うおー、みなぎってきた。
おー
スイート、
お
これがボイスピーク重ねてとのスイートの声です。君と一緒におしゃべりできてとっても嬉しいよ。さらにおまけとして
What the fuck is that drawing? What?
一つのソフトに複数のナレーターを読み込ませて同時に使用できます。ぜひ
It's really good though,
楽しん
yeah.
でくださいね。
It makes me kind of want to get voice speak,
Windows、MacOS、Linux
but I have no use for it.
ボイス
Like this is
ピー
for
ク重ねてと
robotic
君は実に
narration.
バカだな。
Yeah, so she's getting that. Good for her. But yeah, anyway, I went off on a tangent. I haven't been able to draw like the other rooms in my house. So let's do that. I'll at least do it quickly. Alright, let me disconnect because the connection got kind of like cut off. Do 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 do. Yeah! Yeah! Let's play some more game music. Y'all get brownie points if you can tell what OST I'm playing. I really want to replay this game. So yeah, this is the main floor. And level 3, it's the level with our offices. So the floor plan looks kind of like, okay, so the stairs come up. And there's 2 rooms and then a bathroom. And windows outside. And this is the bathroom. And these are the stairs up. So this one over here is Doodle office and Draken office. So this is our office floor. This is the floor where I'm at right now. Hello. That's me doing a little high. So, the bathroom is actually where the babies have their litter boxes on the main floor here. So that's where we can go to the toilet here, but this is where they mostly do their poop and pee. And then, so it's kind of funny because the bathroom looks like, so here's like the mirror. Here's like the sink and like the wash basin and stuff. And like the toilet and the shit. But then literally like right in front of the toilet is their litter box. And then in the bath is another litter box. So whenever we go to the bathroom, we're just kind of like hunched over the litter box. We had to have a little, a nice poo-poo pee-pee smell from the babies to encourage us to go poo-poo pee-pee. And then so this is the bathroom. And my office is still kind of like, there's still stuff all over the place from moving. But basically, so here are the windows. And my desk is kind of like right here. I don't even know how to draw my chair. But anyway. How do I draw myself here? Yep, that's me. And there's some boxes over here. Another box over here. And there's like a thing for the cats here with things hanging. And I have a few bookshelves. With like my stuff. I have like one bookshelf full of games and the other one is just full of random shit. And then Draken's office. There's not really much to... Oh, actually, I can still draw Draken's office. Her office is kind of like, so she has like the same layout. There's like 2 windows. She has like a bookshelf here. Oh. but then she has like a cool CRT TV. On like this sturdy entertainment center thing. And she has like this chair here. It's more comfy than it looks. I forget exactly what it looks like, but and then these rooms also have like closets too, but I can't really draw them. There's not really enough space here. And then she has like her desk over here. And it has 3 monitors actually. She has like a vertical monitor. She's a gamer. She has like this office chair, but I don't really like it. It's not comfy for me. And there's the other window. I like how these windows are like so fucking tiny. The window's not that big, but it's not that tiny either. Yeah, so this is Draken's office. It's kind of laid out like that. You kind of go through. Reminders! Wow, that's so cool! And then last but not least is top floor, which is the bedroom floor. So it's a bedroom for us. So there's like the stairs that lead up here. Laundry. There's a laundry room behind this door. Linen closet. And then master bedroom. So for the first time since we started living with each other, we have a master bedroom. Or not have one, but we have one and we can be in it. Which is pretty nice. It's very it's very sweet. Actually, the layout is actually kind of wrong because there's like an extra space here and we have like a really big closet. The closet is really cool. And we have a big bath with how do you call it? It's kind of like a jacuzzi. With jacuzzi stuff. And Draken's been really liking that because apparently she never really liked taking showers in the past, but because she is so tall, it's in because she's so tall, it's been difficult to take baths in the past because every single house that she was in, the bathtub would be it would be one of those narrow tubs, and she could barely fit in. So it wasn't really comfortable to take a bath in those. But this one is actually big enough for her to fit in, so it's really nice. And our bedroom's pretty simple. So, what's interesting about our bed? So we have like a metal frame at the bottom. We have 2 pillows. I sleep on this side. And Draken sleeps on this side. She has a weighted blanket. Because she really likes it. And I have my own blanket that I never lay flat. It's always kind of like bunched up. I never make my bed. I can empathize with Diane in some ways. Can you not really take baths in like regular narrowed baths either? And then she has her nightstand, and we have like a lamp here. And I have a nightstand here as well. It's more of an old nightstand, and honestly, this nightstand could fall apart at any moment. I've been taking it around with... I've had this nightstand for like a long time. And there's a window here, and a window on the other ones. These windows all have like curtains. Like every window in this house you can cover with either blinds or curtains. It's just a pain to draw them. And that's about it. Our bedroom does not have a lot of stuff in it right now. I guess I have like I have drawers here to keep my clothes in, but honestly I have not been using it because my clothes, I've mostly just been keeping my clothes in a suitcase because that's what I moved them all in. And we have not gotten to the point where we've totally unpacked everything. And she also has like a dresser. So yeah, that's the tour. I could draw the bathroom, but I don't really feel like it right now. Oh, there's like a big window above the bathtub too. I haven't had many baths over the years, and showers are doable, but not oft ideal. Yeah, I kind of like... I like both. I like showers because they're quick, and I don't really mind them that often, but I can see how someone would prefer baths over showers. It's like, you know, you can take your time, you're not worrying about, like, 1, shower pressure, 2, a thing for her that she said she gets bothered by is... usually the placement of the shower heads are not ideal for her height. So it can be annoying trying to make sure that the shower heads are aimed correctly. And a lot of the times you can't make the shower heads point up. You can only make them point straight ahead or down. Or, yeah, or you can't point them at all. So a lot of the time she has to like kind of hunch a little bit. To take a shower. So that's also, I can see how that is like just a pain in the ass. Anyway, wow, we drew a lot. Fucking 6 layers. But yeah. Alright, it's getting close to time where I need to start making dinner. We're gonna make chili! We made this chili like last week, and it was really nice. It was really good. It's like chili with like chorizo and corn. And we've been trying to like, well, one, beans are cheaper, or beans are cheap. So we've been trying to prepare for the oncoming shortages because of everything that's going on in the US. Speaking of which, I hope that I wish any of y'all luck over the next coming weeks and months, in terms of just being able to buy basic things. It's, from what I can tell, it's gonna be rough. So I've been looking into, you know, ways to cut back on costs, ways to cook more stuff for ourselves, instead of like eating out a lot. Because I made strides in not ordering food out as not ordering food from like DoorDash and Uber Eats as much in the last year, before I moved to my previous place. But now I'm trying to make strides to like cook more, because I do cook every so often, but I do get food from restaurants more than I would like. Yeah, and you guys barely eat out. I like too. So when you get to that point, it's like, where do you save? Where else can you save money? Like where else can you cut costs? And that really comes down to buying cheaper goods. Like beans are cheap. Like dried beans too, as opposed to like canned beans. Beans and rice. Basically just like eating beans and rice. That's a pretty cheap, nutritious meal. But yeah, I wish you guys luck. Yeah, when there's no way to save, it basically means eating to survive instead of flavor. Like, you just get the basics so that you can get enough food to keep your calorie count at a stable place, and then foregoing seasoning at all, because seasoning is expensive. Just like any type of seasoning, really. Yeah, fuel in the tank, best is able. I know that things are gonna get rough for a lot of people in the next few months. But yeah, I am getting to the point where like it's hard for me to carry on a sentence. I've been talking for like almost 2.5 hours, so I guess this is a good amount of time for my first stream back. After like a month, or even more than a month, because the last time I streamed I wasn't even talking. I was sick. Thank you for the head pat. Alright, thank you guys for joining me for my first stream back. Hopefully I can do streams a lot more often, at least, you know, once a week, like I would do previously. Missed your voice, friend. I missed you too. I missed you. And I look forward to like just seeing y'all in the next few weeks. Hopefully I can do another stream next week. All right, I'm gonna log off for now. Thank y'all again. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you for the head pat.